What's up, everybody? Welcome back to West Coast Popcast. It's your boy Knock, and we are finally back with another tier list. Thank you for all the support in the last tier list, man. Getting them over 1,000 views, really appreciate that. So last one was the heroes. Now we're doing the villains. Now we're doing the baddies. If you see anyone in this list that if there's anyone in this list that you might not see that you want, let us know and let us know what you put them. But we're gonna get into our opinion on our best ones here. We got Zach joining us all the way from Booty Tues, man. What's up?
That's all, folks. I'm ready. I'm an old school 8-bit guy, so I'm going to be educated on this one.
Oh, man. And of course, the champion is back. Pulling a lot of weight here, man. Thanks for joining us. I know staying strong, but how are you doing?
Doing all right. Going lazy and low tech this video, but
oh, man.
Happy to be here.
He's leaning back in that rider today. Well, the whole panel is here. Again, let us know in the comments what you guys think. Let's get into it. First one up, we have the ghosts chasing Pac-Man. Where would you put these guys in? This is a classic arcade game.
I'm sorry, I did not come onto this damn video for you to just call them the ghosts. You name them individually.
And I have no idea they had individual names until we put this together, man. If you want to say the individual names, you go ahead.
Blinky, Pinky. I called you out. I forgot the other two. Clyde. I think one's Clyde, and Dinky.
Well, all they can do is slide into Pac-Man's mouth. Mike. Dinner time.
Not going to tell the people how Pac-Man Jr. came about.
Oh man, well the Mrs. Pac-Man and Pac-Man, they finally escaped, and they got together with Pac-Man Jr. Get it on the way, coming 2022. Courtesy of Zach. Hop on the cock. Where we going, Zach?
Look, they're classic villains, but it was said already, they're nothing individually, and I mean, if you die, it's your fault for sucking at Pac-Man.
I be putting the moves on them in this game, man. You have no idea.
I'm gonna say D-class. I'm just gonna say
D-class?
Oh, yeah, there's some big, powerful villains on here. That's all. The classic.
Yeah, that's true. Eric, man, are you gonna be D-class as well, or are we gonna give him a little higher grade?
I was going to say A-class, maybe.
Wow.
Imagine how big a failure Pac-Man would be if they put the wrong antagonist in there. If instead of ghosts, it was just like, who was fucking popular back then? I don't know, a bunch of Ronald Reagans just chasing Pac-Man. I think the ghosts were a good fit. I say it's a classic. I say A.
Okay. A-class, we got D-class. I'm the tiebreaker here, man. Shit, we'll split it in the middle. I'll go lower to B. I'll put him in the B-class for now. I might drop him later, but I don't really care about these guys, man. I'll be honest with you. When I play this game, I hate them, so
that's
they try to corner me, run by my buddy,
yeah.
man. That's not what it's about. I put the moves on them, fake here, fake there, left, right. I don't know. Taking some ankles. And now we have one of the biggest villains on here. Not necessarily in video games, but of course associated with video games. We got EA, voted most hated company for I don't know how many years running, including all companies, not even just including video games. EA, man. Eric, tell us about this.
God, they're so fucking trash. They're so fucking trash. Just to give an example how trash they are. If I want to fucking play EA games on my computer, I have to log in on my PS5 so I can get a reset code, which I have to fucking use on my computer. And then to play Madden on my computer, I have to sign in every single time. And they ask me, do you want to stay signed in so you don't have to do this again? And every time, for some reason, I say yes. Don't ask me again. And every time I have to redo it. This company's trash. Forget them, including microtransactions too.
Oh man, they were championing microtransactions with Star Wars Battlefront 2, and all that backlash came. Disappointing game, having low sales. We had EA with what else they came out with? Battlefield, man. Can we please release this game fixed and complete? Stop giving us broken games and charging full price. Come on, man. I love Battlefield. You're killing me. These guys they're going to F-class, first of all, because I can't put them any higher. But, yeah, fuck EA.
Yeah.
We'll take a sponsorship, though.
EA Sports. It's in the trash.
Trash.
But yeah, so we got the first two builds there. I think, it's a little late for it, but I'm going to jump into it real quick. this is solely our opinions. This is what we're basing off this list. We're going off how we feel about the villains, impact they've had, and just wild acclaim. So it's our opinion. Let us know your opinion for sure.
And legally, by watching this video, you are consenting that our opinion is now your opinion.
This is the definitive list of all the video game villains. Now, we're getting close to someone right here who has a special place in my heart. You may have found this guy as Luke Skywalker. You may have seen him in Batman the Animated Series. But the work he did in his final performance as the Joker. Arkham City, Arkham Asylum. This is one of the greatest performances in video game history. Joker.
Whoa. I'm sorry, go ahead, finish your intro.
Oh, we cut me off. I'm trying to give Mark Hamill the credit.
You took away Arkham Knight. I thought Arkham Knight was a damn good performance.
Okay, but he really wasn't there.
It was
a figment of his imagination. It was a figment of his imagination. He wasn't there. He was no threat.
He was in his
cool.
brain. I wanted to. Okay, I think we both agree he's amazing. I'm sorry. Go on.
100%. But the twist they did at Arkham City was just spectacular. It's up here for greatest games of all time, and Joker made it, man. He is my Joker. This is S-Class, and Mark Hamill. Jeez, man. Jeez. Zach, where are we putting this guy?
I kind of have to put him in S-Class for myself because this is the only time the Joker has been made, other than like the Killing Joke in the comics and a couple other things that he's done, he's been made to be such a villain for Batman. I love playing these games so much, and I love the fact that I feared and wanted to beat the shit out of the Joker at the end.
Yeah, seriously, man. And for anyone in chat that might say, "Oh, he's a comic hero," you can't really put comic villains on here. Joker and one other person, they were either made for a video game specifically, or Joker in this case, his impact is just beyond that. He has to be included in all-time villains in video games. Like this one was amazing. I think we're all unanimously going S-Class. Eric, you got any final words on him?
Yeah, we're all unanimous. So my question for you is then, is he still S-Class if you include Arkham Origins?
Yes, because I still agree, because Troy Baker did his thing. It wasn't Mark Hamill, so that was a little difference. But honestly, if you didn't really focus that much, you hardly notice the difference. Like Troy Baker really did a good job filling in.
He did. Honestly, Troy Baker does a damn great job doing the monologues from the comics.
Yes, he does. He does them for some of the Comic Cons. I think he's the only person to play Joker and Batman.
Troy Baker?
Yeah, he was Batman, I believe, in the Telltale games.
Of course he was. He's everything.
He's everywhere. He's everybody, man. He's freaking Joel. Every single game he's got. Give him all the roles. But moving on from Joker, I don't know if you guys are too familiar with the Ratchet & Clank games, but this is Dr. Nefarious.
This one's up to you guys. I'm not.
Wow, crickets. Okay, damn. We got this. What's the respect to this guy's name, man? He's been terrorizing Ratchet and his boys for 20 years now. Personally, I'm gonna put him in the B class. I like him. He's good, but he doesn't. Ratchet is kind of like it's a humor. It's lighthearted villainy, even though he's kind of slaughtering planets. It's still lighthearted. So I'm gonna go B class. He's not really my type of villain, but he is a very impactful villain. So I'm gonna go B right there. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that played them.
I played them like recently, but I've never played long enough to actually get to him. So
gotcha. So if you played, I don't know if you played like the remake one in 2016, but I don't believe he's actually he's not really a big part of that one.
Yeah, I haven't seen him yet. So
yeah. So B class for Dr. Nefarious. Next one up. So we made this tier list a little bit. We're getting to it now. Mario Kart. I'm gonna go ahead and say we put Mario Kart up there because of the banana peel. The banana peel is the biggest villain in the entire game series. When you're in first place, headed towards the finish line, here comes that BS banana peel to slow you down and bring it back to last. Fuck rubber banding.
Are you talking? Wait. So you're first, you get hit by the banana peel?
It happens. All right, hold on.
Are you thinking about the blue turtle shell?
All right,
yeah, the blue turtle shell that comes out of nowhere for everybody.
Throw the banana peel away. Eric's right. Correct me. Blue turtle shell, just screwing people over. The lightning, whatever power moves in Mario Kart that screws you over from first place, from having a solid, clean win. this is a villain.
Just save you from the comments.
There's so much villainy in this game because no matter who you pick, all of a sudden big ass Donkey Kong can go 100 miles an hour. All of a sudden big ass slow ass Koopa is hitting the NOS button, and then the worst of them all,
hitting the NOS.
I cannot explain how like Hulk rage I get trying to pass Rainbow Road with everything else conquered in the game. We were playing on the Wii, and I had everything passed, all the unlockables, all the stars for every level except the very final star on Rainbow Road. I was so enraged with the cheating and the bullshit from the computer, the blue shells, everything just coming out of nowhere. Person in last place all of a sudden passing me going into last place. I hulked up so bad, I Hulk smashed my coffee table in half. That is how fucking terrible I hate Rainbow Road.
Fuck Rainbow Road. So in the comments, let us know, I guess, so for the Mario Kart entry ability, let us know the worst power-up that screwed you over the match. We heard from Zach, so let us know in the comments. I believe I was so close to sweeping Eric in Mario Kart, at this arcade we go to. But, he caught me with some cheap win, it's whatever. But, hey. So rubber banding in Mario Kart is my biggest villain.
I will say it. Yeah, go ahead, give your votes.
I'm gonna go D class. I'll be fair.
Okay.
I'll say C.
Okay.
I smashed a fucking coffee table because
I'll go D because I was gonna go whatever grade you guys go below because there's a bigger villain in the Mario franchise and it's called Mario Party.
Wow. Man.
I got Mario Party and my girl and I play it. I've won, I counted them, 11 games in a row. And she had won none of them. She finally beats me. And I tried my hardest to be proud of her, to be happy for her, but I was so fucking mad because I was 15 minutes ahead of her in one of those stupid ass mini games. And to this day, I know that game cheated me. Mario Party is the worst Mario out there.
Wow. I don't disagree, but I'm sure the comments will. So let's go ahead and put that man in D class for Mario Kart power-ups. Ah, man. And here we go with Saints Row. There's a Saints Row reboot coming out this year. This is before Saints Row jumped off the deep end and just went to complete silliness and nonsense. But Saints Row 1, 2, 3 was pretty good. They had a whole bunch of gangs in this one. This one is the Luchadors. If you fight them, they have their mansion on top of the thing. You get there with your jet, you're flying to them. They have a whole lot of shit going on. They have the underground little ring they fight in. So it's a lot of cool stuff here. I don't know if a wrestler actually voiced one of them. I forget or not. But they were my favorite game here. Eric, you want to touch on them?
I'm trying to remember if a wrestler did voice them. Because there were wrestlers in that game.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that this is before they went off the deep end. Because you remember what the last mission is?
I kind of do. So this one was the borderline one. They were teetering between just nonsense and actual gang stuff. So I don't know, man.
It was literally running out or flying up like some big ass statue while I Need a Hero plays in the background.
Yeah.
That's interesting. This is your favorite gang. I didn't like the boss. I felt weird that he was the main villain, but they were okay. I'll give them a B.
Okay. So they were my favorite villains because they're kind of the only ones I really remember. Like the other ones I kind of forgot about. I remember there was like that little government thing that came in and tried to take over the city. I'm gonna go C class. So like I like them. They're great for the game, but I don't think compared to everyone else they really hold up.
I'll change mine to C. I'm cool with that.
Cool. All right, next one up here, man. We have from the Red Dead Redemption series, Edgar freaking Ross. Zach, man, where we going with this guy?
So just from what I've played of this game, I'm gonna put him in. I want to put him in A, but I need to play more of the game. I'll say B for sure, but wherever Eric puts him, I think that's where we should put him. He's just very. I really want to kill him.
Yeah. Talk about a punchable face.
So you're not really gonna see much from him in this one because it's in Red Dead 2 because it's the prequel. And this is like when he's first starting out. So most of his hatred comes from the first one when he screws over. Do you care if I tell you the ending of the first one now?
I know it.
Oh, okay, cool. If you somehow went this long without knowing it. Yeah, so Ross basically lies to Marston the whole game and kills him after he does all his dirty work for him. And Jack Marston, eventually you play as Jack, John's son, you get to kill him, and it's a great moment. I think B is a good place, maybe B+, because he might be the first villain in video game history, not history, been a long time, that actually like kills the hero and you kind of get backstabbed, like you don't see it coming.
Yeah, I think that's the kicker. You just put all of this effort into this. You put all your effort into the zombie side mission too that came about with it, and you have so much fun, and you get killed by this jackass.
Yeah. You know, arguably one of the greatest twists in video game history. People always talk about this one. It's hard for me not to see that ending for the first one. We have a ton of Red Dead Redemption fans in the chat below, and for the Heroes one, a lot of people were rooting for my God, Arthur Morgan to be the top hero, like Eric was saying. So I don't know where the Red Dead Redemption fans come out and let us know where this guy should be, but B class is where he's going from our Red Dead Redemption experts over here. Next one up on this list, Eric, again, this is the Gears of War villain, the Locust Queen. How you feel about her?
Oh God! So I know you. I think it was Zach who said he doesn't like Halo because I remember you said you don't care about the expanded universe. Gears has an expanded universe, and I'm sure she's cool there. But in the games, she has to share so much screen time with so many things that it just doesn't always work well for her. I would honestly say maybe D.
Damn. We're putting her in that D class. I agree, man. I'm not really attached to this villain. I appreciate it. You know, it's cool. But we're gonna get to some other villains on here that are just spectacular. So I'm not gonna waste too much time. I'm gonna put it right in the D class.
Yeah, it's like the war is cooler than her.
Yeah, but if you're talking about doing a villain really well done, I don't know if I'm gonna get too much into this villain because I know Zach hasn't played this one. But this is Lady Arkham from the Telltale series. Another great twist in the game. You find out a lot about the origins of this character. They made it specifically for these games. Very well done, very intimidating, and there's a lot of times that she outsmarts Batman. A lot of good stuff here. I'm putting her in the A class.
Okay. That's a tough one. Because you're right, she was really cool, and I didn't see the reveal coming.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think I'm willing to agree with you. I'm sure if I played the game again, I wouldn't choose A class, but I'll agree with you because she was very creatively done. I give them props for creativity.
Yeah, I will admit though, I don't remember how it ended. I think at the ending might have been a little weak, so that might drop a few points. But I think from what they showed in the twist, I'm willing to give it A.
Yeah.
And Zach, I recommend this game. Really, really good stuff. Okay. All right, next one up on the list, man, we're going to the series of Mass Effect for back-to-back introductions. So the first one up, though, Eric, how you feel about this villain?
Reapers, Mass Effect. Oh man, they were so cool in I think the first one. The second one, they kind of invented like a new villain that was like their subordinate. So the Reapers were there, like, hey, they're the big bad, but you're not really fighting them in this one. And then the third one, they just went way too complicated with it. So I am willing to put them in B, mainly because you can't have a trilogy that's successful without a good villain. So I guess they worked.
Okay.
But they could have been better.
Okay. I have not played the series, but I did get to watch the series when Eric live streamed on the channel, West Coast Popcast Mass Effect live stream Legendary Edition. So you have to check it out.
Hooking up with aliens.
Oh man, and some action on the side.
Yeah.
Next up, we have another Mass Effect villain. This is the Elusive Man. Eric, we'll go back to you, man. How you feel with this guy?
This was tough because he was kind
Elusive.
of. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. He kind of served as like a minor villain of the third one, and like a ally / he's an enemy in the second one. What I guess I put him in C because he's supposed to represent like the part of humanity that is too ambitious, but he's not the main villain, and he's not too important.
Okay. And to check the credentials, I know you're gonna get butchered in comments. Eric has played all these games, man. Like I don't know how many times, how many hours he has in the game, so he knows what to talk about it. Yeah, so he's putting him in C class. Yeah. Next one up on the list again is another superhero here that was made specifically for the Miles Morales game. It's a twist on the Tinkerer here. I'm not gonna get too much into it because I know Zach hasn't played it. It's still a new game for PS5, so I'm sure many of you haven't played it. But from my experience of playing with the Tinkerer, great story, great setup. The ending was beautiful. So this one, shit, man. Edgar Ross, I'm sorry, I put her in A class too, man. I really enjoyed this game. New York looked beautiful, and what they did with her and how they set it up, just great stuff.
Is there a reason we didn't put Doc Ock in this? Because I think I'm going to ask, do you think she's better than Doc Ock in the original, in the Spider-Man?
That's tough too, because it's kind of a similar setup. The difference is, but it's a little similar. Shit. Because both endings are great too.
Right.
I gotta get on.
I'm gonna go her
right under my PS5 right now.
I'm gonna go Tinkerer because I've seen great iterations of Doc Ock. I had no idea who Tinkerer was, and they made me care about this character, even though it was a twist on the origins of it.
Right.
You know he's in Homecoming, right?
Who, Tinkerer?
Is he with I think so. I think I remember that actually.
He's
not a big role though.
No.
Okay. No. Yeah. Exactly. Just some nobody. So this made me care about him.
Fuck. Would you settle? You can choose either high A or high B or low A. Because I'm
fine with B. Because part of my love for the character was also the game in the whole. So I might be a little biased.
I think the thing I understand why I'm not going to give anything away, but like the whole time Miles is trying to convince her of something, and she just stubbornly is against it, and I get why, but they went to that well way too many times for me, how stubborn she was about it. And I was like, okay, you could have done that a little bit less. It annoyed me.
Okay. So we only have one S class so far there. Let us know to this point if you agree with our list. We're gonna, again, at the end of these lists, just to say this is our opinion, and we also rearrange, we go about it. So if someone's here, it might not stay there. Next up on the list, we're finally getting to the Resident Evil series. Like I love Fast and Furious, man. I love me some Resident Evil, and if the story gets a little wacky, who cares? I'm all for it, man. I bought it. And finally, Resident Evil 8 was such a great game. Resident Evil 7 was cool. You know, they switched up to first person, and you know they got back on track. Resident Evil 6 was dog shit, but Resident Evil 8, oh my goodness, they came ready. This is Mother Miranda. She's the final boss. You can watch on the stream right now. Resident Evil. I streamed the entire game, and I was getting ran through by this boss, man. This boss was intense. It was crazy. But once you find the patterns of it, once you find the rhythm, and you find the right gun selection, it actually isn't that bad. So check out that tutorial on the channel, not the favorite. But Mother Miranda, honestly, she wasn't even the best villain in the game, but she was the toughest boss. So if I'm going off rankings, I'll put her in B class because her boss fight was probably the toughest in Resident Evil history. I don't think there's any other Resident Evil boss that was like that one.
If you never played Operation Raccoon City.
That shit was, oh my goodness, what a terrible game. Yeah, I'm gonna go B class for Mother Miranda.
I'll leave it to you and Zach, because I've only seen you play it, and you look like you were having fun, but it's not.
I was there watching you, Knock. I was having a blast watching you, but yeah, it was a hard boss, but I mean, there were so many other characters that kind of took precedent in that game.
That's true.
I'm fine with wherever you put her, but I mean, she looks like she'd get down for a pack of Newports, so I'm not too intimidated by it.
Okay, that's probably the best image. It's not the best image. But honestly, throughout the game, she's just a looming presence. There's other people, like you said, that are involved, and there's so many other presences. If you want to drop her down to C, I'm actually fine with that. So I'm looking at her with Edgar Ross there and some other villains. It mainly was the boss fight. All the other bosses in this game were super easy. I got through them in one try. She was the actual tough one. It was a huge jump in difficulty level spike. Yeah. So I'm fine with C class. But as a character, you know, here or there, the boss fight was with Vader. Now we're getting to the fucking main event. right in the middle of this, man. I don't care what no one says. We're going with this man, Sephiroth. Final Fantasy 7, man. Going straight to that S class with Sephiroth. That's where he belongs. I know. Come on, man. This guy is. I don't know if you guys played Final Fantasy 7. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but he's just the most haunting, cool, badass villain they could have done. I don't know. It's a group of eco-terrorists. Is the joke, with Final Fantasy 7 and now this guy. But definitely check out the remake. All-time greatest villain. Like he's up there, S class for sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't read books. I mean, play RPGs. So this
oh my god, the JRPG. Let's get it right here, man. Not the RPGs, JRPG. Go and get technical.
If you want to play with that class, go ahead. I don't know enough about Final Fantasy. Too many Final Fantasies for me. Just have
if you want to read a book, play the Yakuza series.
Whoa, hey, leave them out.
30-minute cutscenes.
They're all worth it every second.
Oh man. So yeah, I think I'm gonna play Final Fantasy. Let us please in the comments back me up here on why Sephiroth is one of the greatest villains of all time. Let these people know. We have another S-class entry. In only one game, my man with the golden gun. Don't watch the movie, play Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune, Eddie Raja. Oh my god. If you want to talk about charisma, if you look at Jeff Hardy, he has nothing on this guy. If you want to look at villains, just to set the tone, man, he wasn't even the main villain. He stole the show. I'm talking Bane steal the show from Talia al Ghul in Dark Knight Rises. Like, he's not the main villain, but he's the guy. He's the most memorable one. So Eddie Raj is the S class for me. Zach, if you want to drop him, I'm completely fine with that. It's just he made such an impression on me, man. He's gold for me.
Oh, I was gonna say B class. I'm
fine with that. Like, yeah.
But I love this guy. I love him. You got me even more hyped up. I want to replay the game now. I'm so hyped up by your intro for him.
Yeah, man. I mean, just he's like. He pretty much is a stereotypical, like gangster villain, a little braggadocious. But like, I don't know who the guy playing this guy voice actor was. I don't know what he decided to do for this role, but he was on fire. He did not miss. He has some one-liners. He has some great lines. I mean, and the way he goes out was great. He took this character that could have just been a throwaway character and elevated him to somewhere. I'm fine with B class, but I'm charging my favorite game of all time. I'm biased. Oh man. And if there's any Halo fans out there, I know Halo villains are missing here, but let's be honest here, man. No,
there are no Halo villains. Yeah,
exactly.
And people just shoot.
Aim or don't aim. Some people don't aim. I'm gonna throw the Eric Brisk next entry, man. This is as you say, GLaDOS.
Yes. Man, I'm gonna do this all in favor and just say S class right now, because if we don't, we're gonna get blown up in the comments. First game. First of all, are you guys played Portal?
I have not played Portal, but I think I've seen you had one gameplay on the channel. Check out the Portal gameplay from Eric on WestCoastPOPCast.
Oh yeah, that's right, from the expansion. Yeah. So first game, she is just insulting you, berating you, basically asking you to die, but in a very comedical way, and you can't help but like this character, and I wish there was more of her somehow, and she's in every single level, and I wish there was more. And then the second game, for no one asked them to do this, they decide to almost humanize her while still making her very fun. I think even if you weren't going to get blown up in the comments, I'd probably put her in S class. She's worth
okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I definitely got a place, man. It seems like a really cool puzzle game, man. And I don't know. I gotta jump on this eventually. They have a VR one now, right? I believe.
Do they? Oh, wow.
I'm not confused. I mean, if they don't, jump on it, man. But you heard it here first. But I could have sworn I seen it.
And also to give it props, like your character is mute. Like it's very hard. That seems like I'm sure there are other big games, but Half-Life 2 comes to mind. To have a mute character and the villain is the one who's doing all the talking through the entire game and keeps you entertained is hard.
Yeah, it takes a lot there, man. Shout out to Portal, man, and I think Portal 2 might have won a few Game of the Awards. It was a great game, so definitely gonna look out for it. I'm sure it's very cheap nowadays. Next one on the list, we have the Arkham Knight. Zach, Can you tell us about the Arkham Knight and where you think he
I
goes?
haven't played the Arkham Knight. I've only played the other ones.
Okay. So even though I will say the twist in this game, Zach, as a DC historian, man, as a DC expert, you will see the twist coming a mile away. I still enjoyed it. The Arkham Knight, he best Batman a few times, as you know, some villains do. He gets some hand-to-hand combat. But I felt like it just felt a little short for me, especially when you're following the Joker. When you're following that performance,
right?
I'm gonna go C class, but he's not as bad as some people make him out to be. Eric, how do you feel?
Real quick, Zach, do you know who the Arkham Knight is? Have you seen it?
I know I've seen the spoiler. I just forgot it.
Okay, I'm not gonna say it because if you play it, then that's
go ahead.
Are you sure? Oh, you took it off. Okay. Okay. My problem with Arkham Knight is why not just make him? I get that they wanted the title, the Arkham Knight. Why not just make him Red Hood? I think that would have sold so much more. People want the Red Hood.
Yeah. They could have revealed that, because I mean everyone knew it was him.
Right. It was painfully obvious.
Yeah.
And then second off, why was he Scarecrow's subordinate? If not just like this game is too big and we need to have him somewhere. So I almost want to say D class because they could have done so much better.
I'd be fine with that, man. I like how he looks. I think they had the right idea. I mean, everyone was asking from the jump of Arkham games to have the Batmobile stuff. I just felt like I don't want to say they overdid it. Like, I'm glad they put the Batmobile in so much, but like I wanted more boss fights that didn't just involve the Batmobile.
Yeah.
But, so like for boss fights, you know, it is a video game. I got to take that into consideration. Could have been some better boss fights, and the twist. I mean, that was, you know, painfully telegraphed. So I'm fine with D class. Maybe the higher end of D class.
I'm cool with that.
D.
Oh, D.
Give him the D.
Straight in the D.
Hey, yo.
It existed straight for a pun.
All right, so Arkham Knight in D class. Zach, let us know if you get to it, and anyone in the chat, let us know if you disagree, man. Maybe you didn't see the twist coming. Maybe this is a good interpretation for you.
Yeah.
Next one up.
To meet someone who didn't see that twist coming.
Hey, maybe someone's out there, man. I don't know. We have a ton of fans.
Please comment. I genuinely want to hear what you thought.
Clark, you're Superman?
We're getting to the final tier of these people here. I think this is our first fighting game one. I think it might be our only one, actually, looking at the list. But we're talking about Shao Kahn. I'm gonna be real with you, man. Shao Kahn is cultural impact. I mean, he transcends video games. Everyone knows him. Everyone likes him. I hate this dude. Like, if you use Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat, you're not a real Mortal Kombat player. I don't respect your game. I don't respect what you do. Shao Kahn is a boss. Complete cheese, but whatever. Good look, transcends, so I'm giving that credit. He is a tough boss at sometimes, not really. I mean, if you're a player like me, I run to him. I use Rain, I use Liu Kang, come see me. I'm putting this man in D class.
Is it B?
D.
Oh, D. Oh,
damn, I got enunciation.
I thought you were over here building him up as like this big boss.
I mean, he is, but I like some other people in the character. I will never use him as my main guy, so I don't know. C or D for me. I'll see what you guys say.
You can go ahead, Zach.
I would say either B or C, just because, like, look at this. He created this tournament. He convinced all these people, like these people who are bad people, obviously, like Baraka and others, to take part in it. He grabs people from our world, like Jax and other people, and just like forces them to fight in this tournament. That's pretty boss, if I'm going to say so myself. I'd say let's stick with the B. But again, if you play as him, fuck off.
Yeah. Okay. I can settle on C then. I can move him up to C for me. Eric, I don't know if you want to be the tiebreaker.
That's tough. Because Zach has convinced me that he's better than I thought he was. My only problem is, like, when you play like the modern Mortal Kombat, this is the second fucking tier list in a row where I've almost called Mortal Kombat Street Fighter.
Damn, bro, stop disrespecting the ultimate fighting game.
The modern ones, it's so hard to tell who the main villain is sometimes because there's so many bad guys and so many agendas.
Yeah, Jack's behind you.
Yep, exactly.
I guess Zach convinced me. I'm willing to give him a lower B. I guess he did start the tournament. I guess you can't have the Mortal Kombat without the Mortal Kombat.
All right. Putting Shao Kahn in B. You heard it here first, guys, in the comments. Let people know. Let's go. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll swing it to you guys. Next one on the list, we got, I think that's our first Nintendo villain, like a real Nintendo villain. We got Bowser. Zach, where are we putting Bowser?
Bowser, I have to put in either S or A. I gotta decide yet.
Ooh,
Hello.
Okay.
First off, he's like the classic. He's like the first final boss that I ever grew up with, and or Koopa Bowser, whatever you want to call him. He's just good. I like him when he had his kids in the third one. I felt like Mario Brothers 2 wasn't really there because he wasn't there, and had King Wart instead. To be honest with you, I bet $30 like Princess goes by his house, and then when she gets to Mario and says, "Oh help, please." I don't know, man. He's a boss to me. He's the boss I grew up with.
Yeah,
I agree, man. Eric, where are you going with him?
I'll put him in S class. We gave Mario the S class rub last time, so I'll say you can't be an S class hero without an S class villain.
That's true, and like you said, like we have all the grandeur now, the voice acting, the mocap. This was a classic villain, man. And when I think final bosses, I think Bowser. I am the final boss. I would know. It takes one to know one. So, I mean, I would have put him in A class, but if you're both voting S, that's really dope.
I think I'll keep him there.
Bowser kicks Chris Pratt's ass.
Oh man, I know I'm gonna get killed in the comments for this. I noticed the Street Fighter villain. One of you guys let me know who this guy is though, because I play Mortal Kombat. I mean, if you want the smoke in Street Fighter, the laundromat is open. Come get washed. But I'm a Mortal Kombat player in Tekken, so Street Fighter. Who's this guy?
This is
M. Bison.
Bison. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
This is all.
So unimpressed with Street Fighter. You. yeah. Take your clay fighters and get the fuck out of here. M. Bison was cool. I like M. Bison. He was he seemed like a very typical general of the time, like late 80s, early 90s. That's why he fit in a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. It was just, it was cool, but he was just a boss that you could figure out the pattern and beat. He looked like a final boss, but that's because he looked like a dictator. But honestly, I think it took us like 2 or 3 times at a sleepover and he was done.
Damn. Oh man, couldn't be Mortal Kombat. Shao Kahn, what's up? Shout out to B-Sold. What's his grade though? I think I'll read that grade because I don't know if I can probably.
Do you have a grade for him?
I think I'll let you have the solo vote on this one. I like Street Fighter more than Mortal Kombat, but not enough to give him a grade.
Oh man, playing the inferior game.
Actually, Tekken is the best of all, but
Tekken is dope.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna put him. I'll put him in C class. I'll take the hits for the comments on this one, just because again, playing this game when it came out in the arcade, where I had to put quarters up and wait my turn like a damn pool hall. I beat him in the arcade. That's a very tough place to beat him when you don't have books and strategy guides to let you know what the moves are.
You don't got YouTube to Google real quick.
I don't have that. I don't have Nintendo Power or IGN. Nope. Or Game Pro. None of that. So when it came to consoles, again, it took us about 2 or 3 times to beat on the Super Nintendo. So C class, but again, classic.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the I wanted to say shout out to the fighting game tournaments and all that, but they be doing some weird stuff. But shout out to the actual pro gamers who are really good at these games. It's impressive to watch. On to another game. I think I butchered the heroes one, but this is Mike Tyson, the villain of his own game. Eric, we're putting Mike Tyson.
I love how you went to me. Zach, doesn't he like knock you out like one hit or something?
2 or 3.
2 or 3, okay. I mean, this is when Mike Tyson was still big. I'm willing to put him. I want to say A. I don't know if Zach wants to go with the S. I'd be fine with that.
I mean, he's another one you think of as final boss.
Yeah, he was very tough to beat, and when you beat him, you jumped up and you were very proud of yourself because this was very tough. Yeah, he's
like a Dark Souls game.
He's no King Hoopo. He's his own game. He got taken out of his own game for copyright reasons, and then he wasn't the main guy in the regular Punch-Out for Nintendo. They came out after Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, so if you own that one, your parents didn't love you enough to get you the good one. But I'll say an A for him. I'll say an A just because I think there's some top-tier guys in S-Class.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Mike Tyson, man. This dude was huge, man. Got his own game and chose to be the villain.
Yeah, and honestly, one of the best games of the NES era.
Yeah. It was so cool. Man. It was the inspiration for what's the game from Street Fighter, Balrog.
Another Street Fighter character. Okay, cool. If you guys are Street Fighter fans, again, hit me up. I'll gladly beat you in your own game. I just don't like the game. But moving on to the first-person shooter. This villain was so good. They've been trying to copy and paste them for like 4 games afterwards, and it worked for 1 or 2 of them. But now it's just same old, same old. This is Zaz from Far Cry 3. And Eric, I throw it to you again, man. Why is this guy S-Class?
I don't know. I've never played it.
I
know of him. I know that people love him, and I know that they brought him back in the last one for something. I don't know how.
It was like some. It wasn't really brought back. It was like some. I don't know. It was like it wasn't the actual main story. There was like some other part of the game, like a side.
Okay. So there's like a cutscene that people just love. I'm willing to vote at least an A. I think A because of the fact that I heard people love this guy so much, and I never played the Far Cry series, just based on how much I've heard people like him. Yeah,
I mean, Far Cry, it was a good game, and then Far Cry 3 came out and it was even better, higher tier, and then he brought a lot of attention to the game. And then ever since then, they said, you know what, let's just copy and paste this for each and every game. Now it's just kind of repetitive. Another, we said EA is a villain. Ubisoft, man, what have y'all been doing these past few years? I'll put him in A-class. Just a solid game. I really enjoyed this one. If you play Far Cry 3 and 4, you can still get some really good gameplay out of that. It's just nowadays, man. There's just one game, I think it's Far Cry like 5, and they did Far Cry Primal, where it's literally the same map, they just changed a few things. And it's like, wow, man.
That was so insulting to see.
Yeah, that's so just money hungry and like just come on, man. We do better than that. Zach, I don't know if you touched Far Cry at all.
I haven't, but when this came out, this guy was on everybody's post for almost 2 years straight. So I get you.
Yeah. Isn't he? He's not in there. He's almost like Lady D, isn't he? He's not like all the way at the end. I remember the walkthroughs I saw.
He's not, but yeah, I guess it's been a while. Yeah, he's not all the way.
Yeah. Still A, I guess, but just
A class for sure. It's made an impact. Yeah. Probably a bigger impact than Lady D. Lady D's literally not in the game.
I don't know. You can Google that. We'll see.
All right, true. I mean, shout out to Lady D for winning that. Her actress won the Game Award over Giancarlo Esposito, which is shocking.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm gonna take a breath here because I'm about to go off. Because my favorite game of all time, Uncharted 2, the greatest villain in all of video game villains. We're talking about, I can quote this man today. You don't have the will. I'm talking about Zoran Lazarevic, the war criminal, killmonger, warmonger, whatever you want to call him. This guy was. I will cut him some points though, because the boss fight was not all that. I'll admit it. They didn't get the boss fight right here, but throughout the game, I don't know if I forget the actor's name, but he had an out-of-body experience because this guy just delivered. Everything he was saying was just gold and quotable, and you can really feel the intimidation. I'm a huge fan of this game. I'm a huge fan of this villain. He did not miss in one scene. I don't want to spoil nothing, but there's one mission where you got to carry your cameraman who's barely in the game because he got shot in the foot. You got to carry him from one place to the other. And once you get there, you get ambushed by Zora, and he says, "You carried him all this way. Shame." Pop. and it's just like, damn, bro,
Yeah.
this guy's fucking good. Zach, I know you play this game. You got anything else to say? I know I'm going off. This is my favorite game of all time. I'm sorry.
So I've played this game, I think, at least 4 times all the way through. I've lived on the multiplayer until they shut the thing down. I love this game so much. He's so good. So I'm a run and gun kind of guy when I play Uncharted. This is the only guy who I was just like, I had to think and strategize because he was scary as hell. The actor did his job so well. And I was a hider and I had to strategize with this guy. One hell of a villain.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Uncharted 4 boss fight I liked better because it was well done. This is probably number 2 in the series, but bosses are villains in general. The character, this guy was untouchable. I'm going S class. If you want to argue me in the chat, in the comments, I'll have at it. I'll be ready. S class is Zork. There are some people that call him generic, but I mean, I just.
I was too busy playing the better console at the time.
Oh
so.
Man, yeah, the less sold console.
Team Green, the one that never got hacked.
is that true?
Yeah. I remember seeing you guys get hacked and then give away free games. I was like, oh, hack us.
Yeah, because it was down for like a month. And they said, that's why everyone started getting free games. Even Xbox jumped on it afterwards because they said, oh, PlayStation's doing it now. So congratulations to Sony, for starting that trend. You wouldn't have that Xbox. Oh man, I forget the group's name. It was like Anonymous, I think they're called. They had that like little face, that mask.
That was Anonymous. Oh, wow.
I believe it's them.
Interesting. We can talk about Anonymous later, but that's interesting.
Okay, yeah. Don't quote me on that. Look that up. I'm pretty sure that's the first time I heard of it when they hacked Sony. Yeah, I got to play Infamous for free because of that.
Fair choice.
And so many other games, but Zoran Lazarovich,
No, your video is not messing up things.
Oh man, Uncharted 2, my favorite game of all time. Another Nintendo series right here for the next villain. This Legend of Zelda. Eric, we're going with this guy.
Oh god, I feel like every tier list we do, there's one character that should be like S class, but none of us play them. We severely underrate them, and the comments hate us for it. So this is Ganondorf. He is Link's rival. He has the Triforce strength, I believe.
Okay.
And that is as much as I know about him. So I'm going to say I'm going to be generous to the commenters, and just give him a B, even though he's probably S. Because
oh man,
I think the whole story of Zelda or Legend of Zelda is that they just keep getting reincarnated, and it's always the same villain. So if they can keep doing that with the same guy, it must work.
Yeah, I mean, I know everyone keeps talking about Breath of the Wild like it's the greatest thing since people can breathe. But hey,
just my
I'll go B class as well. Zach, I don't know if you touched Legend of Zelda at all.
So when I first got the NES, it was Zelda, Ganon. They expanded on him, like Eric said. Every game is a new iteration of the story. I love this villain. He seemed very. It was very cool because it was a mythical game. I got out of the Zelda games because I got away from Nintendo and started buying grown-up systems. I'm gonna say an A just because I do know people and I have watched people play the games, and I think they've really expanded on Ganon and made him into something they could even grow even more on and make him even more of a villain. So I think they could even go further on him if they won't ever make a movie on him because they're not going to give up the rights to it to do that, to ruin the game.
Wow.
I think that would be a cool on-screen villain if done right.
Okay.
Man, Gandalf, Ganon don't matter. Zoran Lazarovich. He looks intimidating.
I agree with that.
All right.
Man, I can definitely see we have to shake up a few of these people. Look at who's in the same tiers now.
Oh, I fully want to move Edgar Ross to A before this is done.
Okay.
I think looking who he's with in B tier, I'm like, nah, he's better than that.
Right now.
That's funny. All right, we'll move right now. Edgar Ross A making that adjustment. So if you haven't watched the full video, don't hit the comments before you see that we moved today. As passionate as I was about Lazarevich, Eddie Raja, and Sephiroth, I'm throwing this next one to Eric because I know he's about to knock it out of the park. So here's your pitch, man.
Let me just tell y'all how much I love Handsome Jack. I got positive for COVID. I feel like shit. I gotta stand up to give this now.
Oh man,
fucking Handsome Jack might be the greatest villain in video game history. I said you have to have the best villain, the best villains have the best hero. Jack does not need the best heroes. You could erase all of the heroes in every game he's in, except for Reese, because he's actually pretty cool. Handsome Jack is that damn good. This man, in every Borderlands he's in, he assumes he's the hero. There is no second where he thinks that he's the villain. There is no second where he doesn't think that you're the villain. This man literally uses his daughter as a battery and loves her and still thinks he's the hero. He throws innocent scientists into space because he says it's for the greater good. And in Telltale, when he's not even alive, he is the best character. And I actually felt I wanted to save his life in the end, and he was already dead. S plus class. And I'll let you say the thing about Adam Cole because I know you know about it. But S plus.
S plus to Ultra. I mean, I agree, man. Handsome Jack. I didn't think you'd get any better than the actual main game. This man transcended his own game, went to Telltale that version, and still dominated. Like, I knew he was tricking me in this game. You're playing this game, and I know he's playing me, and I'm still going along with him. Like, he's just so charismatic. Like, there's sometimes you gotta like suspend belief because you're like, okay, this guy is supposed to be like this, this talented, this really good villain, so I'm supposed to just believe he can do this stuff. He was actually convincing me he was right, and I was like, okay, I'm fuck with him. I'm gonna believe him. I think I gotta agree with him. Like, there's a part in the game where like he's like, trust my plan instead of this person's plan. Trust me and do this. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that sounds right. And meanwhile, you get to the you play it, and you get throughout. It's like, damn, man, he's really stabbing me in the back. And the thing is, he's gonna stab me in the back, and he's thinking he's helping me. Right. Oh man, great performance, great job throughout. I don't know if they did this on purpose to make him this good, or like it was some accident, something the actor just have that out of body experience, but. This is S-Class for sure. Adam Cole, baby, agrees. It's his favorite villain of all time. I think he's had artwork inspired by him, playing Handsome Jack. So, S-Class, man.
The one thing I love about him, he starts off as like an intern or something in Hyperion, and he eventually takes over. And like Reese is planning to take over through like just backdoor dealings and whatnot. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Jack murders his way to the top. Just straight murder. 100%. And the whole time thinks I'm the hero of this story.
Oh man. Any quotes on top of your head you want to say before we move on from Handsome Jack?
Oh god. Two from Telltale that bust me out laughing is when you're on top of the caravan and he's trying to convince you to like listen to him and follow him, and like Telltale's classic Handsome Jack will remember this, and then Handsome Jack's like, what the hell is that? Oh god.
That's good.
And
That's
the
good.
one where he's like flying away from the pizza party thing. He's like, you're the only one running, pal. I can fly.
Oh man, just breaking the fourth wall there. Handsome Jack for the win. S-Class is shaping up really well there. It's gonna be tough when we get to the end there. And if you haven't watched any of the tier list, once we get to the end, we vote for only one to be in the S-Class. It's gonna be tough. I know this guy has another name, but I'm just gonna call him the Eggman. Sonic the Hedgehog over here. What's his real name? What's his doctor's name? Zach, can you tell me what he's called? Yes, Robotnik. Jim Carrey. How do you feel about this guy?
So he's a very classic villain. He works very well with Sonic, but it's almost like all right, you cannot defeat the Hedgehog. Move on with your life, kind of guy.
The Road Runner.
But I got to put him in a C class. He is classic, but I mean, at the same time, when a guy called Knuckles becomes a villain that's bigger than you, it's gonna be done.
Time to hang it up. Again, he's very recognizable. You know, he is that classic villain. But I'm gonna go C as well.
I guess I'll give him a C. I don't understand what his plan is. So he locks up animals in little containment fields and turn them into robots so that he can get all the magical emeralds. First of all, the scientist is believing in magic so that he can do whatever it is these magic emeralds do.
Oh, when you break it down that way. Oh, man.
Oh, God. Yeah, I guess B class. He's been around.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm fine with that completely. Next on this list again, I'm blanking out again, but Zach, throw it to me, man. Who is this guy?
So kind of along the same lines, kind of around the same time, a little bit before, Dr. Wily here, he was nemesis to Mega Man and Dr. Light. Dr. Light created Mega Man. Dr. Wily, you had to face all of his versions of Mega people in each game to get to him, to defeat him. It was very much like Cobra and G.I. Joe, like enough already. And also, if you have this much money that you can do all this stuff, what are you trying to do with world domination? So it is a very cool villain just because he does come up with all new little Mega Men to face, like Tree Man and all these other things with little gadgets that you can acquire throughout. But as opposed to Robotnik, I want to put him in a B class just because facing each of his villains and then him in his different forms in each of the games, I think is very cool.
Okay. I'm looking at B class. I think I'll be fine with B class. I'm not mad at that. I can't really vote here, but I did play some of the Mega Man games, but I don't remember him too much. Mega Man's a tough game too. That's a pretty tough game.
Yeah, they're very tough. So he makes all these different types of villains, robots against Mega Man, right? And like, I'm pretty sure like Bubble Man beats Grass Man beats whatever man, blah blah blah. Why doesn't he just invent like an anti-Mega Man robot? Like he's perfected the counter robot. Why not just make one that kills Mega Man completely? But there's what's it called? What's the website called? Dorkly, the YouTube channel Dorkly. They do lots of funny videos that just ruined Dr. Wily for me. So I can't take him seriously, but you made him sound cool. Tomorrow I'll watch those videos and think he's not cool anymore, but tonight you can just B class.
Oh man. One way or the other, we're gonna get killed in the comments.
Yeah. And if you have a Nintendo system and you play Mega Man 3, put a book or something heavy down on the down button on the second controller, and it'll make you jump higher, super high.
Oh.
Okay. Zach with the insider info, man.
Nintendo power knowledge.
We can get this man on the video, man. He has a lot of insider tricks. As I'm getting to the
games
top
that no one
here.
plays anymore. Let me tell you about E.T. for Atari, kid.
Dad, do you remember this game?
As we're getting down to the last three of the Rumble here, I'm noticing a huge lack of Xbox villains here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I'd do Lady Locust on here just to fill the quota. But again, if you're in the comments, we don't have time to have every single villain, so let us know some villains that you might want in here. Any from the Halo series, even Alan Wake, I enjoyed those games. Keep those villains on there, Quantum Break, a few other villains from the Xbox, or just any games in general. But yeah. Final three here, I think I'm the only one who's played Resident Evil 8 here. Lady D. Lady D last year took the internet by storm like I've never seen before. And this is not the first time Resident Evil's had a character like this. Like they've had Ada Wong, they've had Jill Valentine, Claire Redfield, all these people that they've just modded on the internet. But Lady D just shot up the ranks. This is Alicina Dimitrescu is her actual name. She's the head of her own. There's four heads of this village. She's one of the heads, and she has her three daughters. They're vampire-like creatures. She is a giant lady. I mean, I'm talking at least 9 to 10 feet. Giant-ass claws, put Wolverine to shame. She's one-hit kill pretty much when you're walking around trying to get through her mansion. Her boss fight is very easy though. I did that in one try, and I think most people did it. It was just very simple boss. So I'm gonna knock some points off of that. But the impact she had on the internet, I know you guys are going crazy.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
They knew. Yep. They knew. I'm trying to look at where I can put her on here. I'm putting her over Mother Miranda for sure. But I don't, she wasn't in the game that much. She really wasn't. But out of all the other heads, she made the biggest impact, I will say. Like, they have another dude, I forget his name, but he was pretty good. But I think she was the biggest one. I'm gonna go B class though.
Props to you, props not going to the obligatory double D class, but yeah, if you think that's where she goes, I'll trust you.
Her action did win the award. You know, high B. We'll put her right there. Let us know in the comments if you disagree.
Can I ask you, out of curiosity? So first of all, was that award voted by like a committee or was it by like fans?
Okay, so it's the video game awards. I don't know. I think I think partial vote is fans. I think other vote is like actual like committee of people that they have for their board.
Okay. Do you think she was the best performance in?
So the thing is, I don't know who else was. I know it was her. I know it was Giancarlo Esposito for Far Cry. I thought he might win, but I didn't play the game, so I don't know. I think she delivered. I just think like the character, you know. She played a part well. She's a very classical trained actress, but I mean, this character itself just blew up in the first picture.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but shout out to her for winning.
Yeah, pretty props. She didn't say I coming when she auditioned or when she got it.
Yeah. I don't think she's a video game fan, so there's no way she's seen how big this is going to be. The final two, I'm about to go off again. We have another S-class villain here for you. In the same breath of Handsome Jack, I must add. I'm telling you, man, if you talk about the quote, talk about he believes he's doing right. Talk about twists. This game is super old, man. He has a twist like Edgar Ross even. He has the charisma of Handsome Jack. He has the cutting, the intimidation of Zoran Lazarevic. He has the final boss feel of Bowser. The acting, this guy, Albert Wesker, is an S-class villain. I mean, he can just run through anybody. I mean, he has that little, you know, his final boss in Resident Evil 5, you know, it was a little bit of a joke because Chris Redfield can punch a hole boulder.
Yeah.
You know, that didn't make no sense. But this guy is the ultimate villain, man. He is inevitable. So S-class for Albert Wesker. Zach, do you have any experience with Resident Evil and Albert Wesker?
I stopped at part 3.
So you missed his big show at 5.
Yep.
Oh man. But yeah, in 1 you think he's, you know, one of the good guys. You think he's part of the team, but in reality, he's just waiting to screw you over.
So when you played 1, because I've seen clips of him in 1, I've seen the beginning of it, and I played 5, so I knew he was a bad guy. Did you think he was a good guy? Because watching the clips, I was like, this is obviously a bad guy. This guy is so bad.
Okay, well, I didn't know. I didn't think he was bad or a good guy, really. But, you know, I wanted to just suspend belief a little bit, and I was really invested.
I don't mean to make it sound like I'm judging. I just mean like
no, you're good for real. Like, because when I actually played it, I already played the other ones, so I knew he was a bad guy because I played the other one before. But so like I went back and played this one. But from what I've heard from what people saying, like it was a pretty good twist.
Okay.
I didn't think about that.
No.
I just thought it was like awkward storytelling from like another country making a video game.
And this is a guy who doesn't like Fast and Furious stories, so I mean I can't really take it seriously here. No, but yeah, because I played 5 first. And then I was like, oh, I like this. So I went back and played 4. I played it completely out of order. Then I played 2, and I played 1, and then 3. Just a lot of out of order stuff. But yeah, final one on the list. I think I'm taking this one too, actually, because I don't think you guys have played the last of us 2. We have another S-class here. This is, and take all the bias out of it. This is by far the most polarizing character I think in all of video games. I've never seen such a debate on this character or on any video game character in my life. From everywhere. Everywhere I look, they're talking about The Last of Us 2 and how it should have went this way, or people wanted to think this way. Either you love this character or you just really hate this character. I'm not gonna spoil it because it's still a fresh game. These guys haven't played it, but Last of Us 2 is I put Uncharted 2 up, but Last of Us 2 right here. Last of Us 2 I put above Last of Us 1 because they took so many chances. They didn't play anything safe in this game at all. So, and I think they delivered. I'm on the fence. I'm on the side where I believe the route they took made sense for what they were going for, and I thought it was a really beautiful, well done story for the ending. Some people hate it because they wanted to go a different way, but Abby, this is Abby we're talking about here. She's intimidating. They didn't make her brolic for no reason. Like, she's built. There's a very good reason why she's built, and there's so many hidden messages in between all that stuff too. Like, it just, when you guys play it, I'm gonna go in depth. You have a spoiler cast. It's just, there's so much to talk about. So I'm putting her in S class because this was just, I can't believe how well done they did this. They made me care about a villain who I shouldn't have cared about. So shout out to Abby, shout out to Last of Us and Naughty Dog. That is our list right here. Before we start narrowing down the S class, is there anyone, Zach, that you thought should have been on here that isn't here for that we haven't put?
Not that I can think of. A lot of the ones I grew up with were kind of like one-off villains, like Mother Brain and other stuff like that. So I think it's pretty solid, especially because it's a lot of the newer stuff. So a lot of better villains, more character development, more like you guys are quoting Jack up there. What's his name?
Handsome Jack.
Handsome Jack. Sorry. So I mean, that's cool. Like, I just play a game with him now.
Okay. And then Eric, any of your Team Green villains, or any villains in general?
Is Fallout on PlayStation? The Fallout game?
I think it started out as an Xbox game, right? Then it's on PlayStation. But I think now since Bethesda was bought, it's gonna stay on.
Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, there are some classic Fallout villains we have included, like Mr. House, Kaiser, Caesar, how you want to pronounce it, the Institute. But I think we got a pretty good list here.
It looks solid to me.
Yeah, I dig it. I will I will say, I'll give a special shout out to, I've talked about this game so much, Jet Set Radio Future. The whole damn game. You play as this graffiti gang, and you see this big villain who, like, you assume is like this serious, straight-laced businessman who wants to stifle all art. But then you get to the end, and he just sounds ridiculous. Like, high-pitched voice, talking complete nonsense. And you just find out that his deal is that he doesn't want to stop all art. He just thinks all art should be in his vision.
What?
And it's a very weird final battle. So I recommend looking him up. But I think we have a great list here.
Yeah, I think we have a solid list. I would have said, like, some of the Assassin's Creed villains from the early ones. Yeah. The later ones are, I don't know what they were doing. Yeah. God of War, The Stranger. I mean, if you want to throw the Flood out of here, throw the Flood, the Hellgas from Killzone. There's some solid villains. VC from 2K.
Oh boy.
Yeah, throw that out there. I don't know how people spending thousands of dollars on this virtual currency for 2K, man. They are robbing people blind.
I do have one. I guess we're not going to have a physical one for this, but I remember watching a video about this. So, there's usually a trend of, like, types of enemies that, like, video games love to put in. There's zombies, but before there were zombies, there were Nazis. So, yeah. I guess for the type of villain, where would you put Nazis in video game history? Because I think they're the only humans are okay with shooting, like, happily in video games.
I still wouldn't put them too high, but I get where you're going from. What's that big game? People that make Doom, I think, make it. Yeah, Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Where you know, that's the one I mainly think of when you throw it out there. I'd probably put them in like a C or something, not too high, but
yeah. I think there's some nice.
I agree.
A good expendable enemy.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember playing that on a PC, and I think my parents walked by and they're like looking at what I was playing, and like they're fine. I'm just like, oh, let's shoot them.
Yeah.
We raised them right.
There's a lot of games. PC did shooters really good back in the day, man. A lot of them started there.
Quake.
Yeah, Quake.
Yeah.
A lot of shit. But that is our list. Let's lower the S class down. We'll just go through the list right here. If you guys got your votes ready. The Joker. Or anyone throwing their vote towards the Joker?
This is tough because I'm torn between Joker and Handsome Jack. I'm gonna save it because I think I'm gonna save it because I think they had material to work with for Joker, but they had to be creative and original with Handsome Jack.
It's true.
They did.
The man made you stand up.
Yeah.
If we're dropping Joker down to A, I gotta look at Lady Arkham Knight there. And we gotta drop it down to B. There's no way I can put her at the same level as Joker.
Yeah.
I'll be honest there. Solid character, but there's levels to this.
Also, we didn't even give love to Telltale Joker. That Joker was
Telltale
amazing.
Joker was really good too. That was season 2 of the Batman. Harley Quinn, I think, might have stole it there too.
Yeah.
She was good too. Oh, I didn't give love to Harley Quinn from Arkham Knight or Arkham series. But all right, so Sephiroth. Damn. I don't think I'm gonna give my vote to him, but he top level, as top as it gets for villains. Next up we got Gladys.
I love her, but I knew she was gonna be A class by the end of this.
Damn. Oh man, couldn't go to the one you brought the dance. Couldn't, you know what I mean? I can't dance with
them. Yeah.
And then Bowser, the classic villain right here. Zach throwing his vote for Bowser. Okay. We'll keep him there for now. Zoran Lazarevic. Damn. I can't in good honesty put my vote for him with all these other villains on here. I love him, but I'm putting him in A class. Then Handsome Jack, Albert Wesker, or Abby. I'll take Abby off because she may or may not be a villain in some people's eyes. These other people, besides themselves, they're villains in everyone's eyes. So Albert Wesker, Handsome Jack, or Bowser. I don't know, man. Without Albert Wesker, there's been some great Resident Evil games. You take Handsome Jack out of the equation, Borderlands is lost.
Yes.
So I'll throw my vote for Handsome Jack.
Boring about him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Handsome Jack.
All right, that's 2 for Handsome Jack.
I'm sorry, Bowser, but I can't have another Nintendo character win But we do it to Mario last time for no reason.
I would have loved that if Mario and Bowser, as all these years of gaming evolution, and we say Mario, it doesn't get any better.
It's crazy, how it boils down to that, But yeah, shout out to Bowser, shout out to everyone on this list. Thanks for watching this tier list, man. I don't really know how long it is by this time, but I hope it's not too long for you guys. Let us know in the comments again what you think, who you would want to vote for, what you would just switch up, and what tier list you guys want to see next, man. We're going to get back to getting these out regularly. I know it's been a while, but thanks for all the support. Thanks for the love. Eric, any final words?
Subscribe, and hit up the comments so that in 5 months you can tell us why we were wrong for putting Dr. Wily in whatever class we put him in.
I got time today, so hit those comments, man. I'll be replying back. Especially got some smoke for Zoran. Zach, any final words?
I think the maker of Pong made a perfect game. He didn't make a villain. The person you were playing is the villain. So if you're playing with your friend, they're the villain.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Man. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to video games for being so great. We got the heroes. We got to do the villains, of course. This is our tier list. This is West Coast Popcast. Keep checking with us. Peace out, yo.
Peace.